Hello, and Shoe. Hello, Sunflower. Hello, Arby's. Hello, everybody. Gonna put on some music so we don't have quiet space here. Um, I might have to do a quick reset. Oh, there we go. Make sure the volume is appropriate. That seems like pretty good volume. Hello, hello, Tim. Hello, T-Bone. T-Bone. As soon as I found some music, we started getting some folks. Hello, Donnie. Hello, Will. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Truth Finder. Hello, Sarah. I know that I am very late. Hey, Pax and Max. Thank you. Pax, did you hear about, did you hear what Mitt Romney said? Hello, All Power. Hello, Brooke. The reason why I added this one right here is because Mitt Romney admitted that the TikTok ban is about the overwhelming amount of content about Palestine. So they decided to ban TikTok because they are losing, they being the United States government and Israel, are losing in the public relations war about the Israel Palestine conflict. So they're banning TikTok, where a lot of people are getting their information about Palestine from. Like, information about Palestine is everywhere, but it's like overwhelmingly on TikTok, which is why they're trying to ban it now. So and I'm not surprised Mitt Romney's the one who said it, honestly. TikTok ban is not about Pally. That's weird that that's your username because Mitt Romney's a Republican. Mitt Romney's like the last respectable Republican. Thank you for the shares, Pax. I'm also going to share some more. But yeah, it was like, I don't know. Hello, Cat James. Hello, Lexi. Batterpunk just like Dems. I obviously just said that. Hey, Mel. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. But like, okay, so why should I believe you over Mitt Romney when Mitt Romney and I think his name is Blaine or something said that the TikTok ban is about Palestine? Why should I believe you instead of them? Like, who are you compared to Mitt Romney and Blaine? That's good. Hello, no elect. Love the background. Thank you. How's everybody doing on this lovely Monday? I'm going to play music in between to keep it from being quiet. If you believe anyone in government, you're the one with issues. Okay, then why should I believe you? Like, you're still not telling me why I should believe you instead of them. Also, we got the jams going. I tell you what, since you have so much to say, how about you share the live so you can get some more of your friends in here so we can have a real conversation? Or you can just leave. Nah, I'm good. Okay, well, bye. God hates you. Love that. Who else we got in here? Hello, MH. Hey, communist, how you doing? 10 toes down. Bruh, keep scrolling. I thought you said you're good. I thought you were gonna keep scrolling. Hello, James. Ooh, I'm glad you're doing okay, communist. That's what's up. It's a beautiful day out. Hello. Hello, Eddie. Childish. You're the one in the comments. You can keep scrolling. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Hello, Eddie Perez. Hello, Stand Up. Hello, Mama. Been reading a lot since I'm in TikTok gulag. Of course. Hello, Husky Lover. Hello, Life. Hello, Habit. Hello, Twin. You seem to stay in the gulag. Did you hear about what Mitt Romney said? Mitt Romney admitted that the TikTok ban is about Palestine. Him and Blaine, I think that's the dude's name, it's something, said that since there's an overwhelming amount of content on about Palestine, specifically on TikTok, the Congress resolution on how to deal with that is to ban it. So they're trying to ban TikTok because TikTok is the main reason why they can't get their positive PR out, because TikTok is where we're getting all of our information about Palestine. Hello, Law. How you doing? Welcome back. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Alice in Wonderland. Have a great live. I might pop in again. Right on. How you doing? Elisa, my bad. Hello, T Dan. Hello, This Gun Sucks. Hello, Ken. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Ronald. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Moxie. Hello, Wynn. Hello, John. Hello, Fishing. Hello, Ro. Hello, Art. Hello, Kelly. Hello, White. Hello, Jupiter. Hello, Nancy. FYP. Hello, Jolene. Hello, Joe. Hello, George. Hello, Chanel. Like and share the live. Yeah, like and share the live, y'all. Let's boost the live up. Like and share the live. And FYP in the chat. Bam. Hello, Wonder. Hello, George. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Speaks. Hello, Megan. Hello, Ashes. Hello, Emmy. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Uniquely. Hello, Sticks. Hello, Freddie. Wander. Okay, cool. I'm also going to put FYP in the chat overhaul. Bam. FYP in the chat. Also, the guest box is open if anybody wants to come up and start talking about stuff. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Linda. Hello, Peggy. Free Palestine. Also, y'all please do share the live. We are at 13 shares. Let's get to 20 shares. And we are at 3.7K likes. Let's get to 10K likes. And thank you to everybody who is here. Thank you to everybody who is sharing. Hello, sister. Hello, Mark. Hello, Gloom. 10 toes down. I see you. Like, for real. You prided yourself on, I'm going to steal your background, and then left when I didn't lay you up on the panel, and now you think you want to stick around. All right, left. Cool. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Top Gun Al. Hello, Small Kitty. Hello, Crescent. Hello, Ditchy. Love that. Hello, Liquid Coal. Hello, Gordon. Welcome back, Jolene. Hello, Martin. Hello, The Devourer. Thank you for the friendship necklace. We besties. Bam. Hello, King. Hello, Ella. Hello, Black Man. Hello, Clifford. Hello, News. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Chris. Hello, Andre. Please like and give the host ye. Hello, Granny Bird. Hello, Tracy. Also, the guest box is open, so feel free to come up. If you'd like to say anything about any of these topics, the guest box is +25. Hello, Big City. Hello, Mutant. Hello, Introvert. Hello, Curious. Hello, Get Ready. Hello, Bobby's World. Hello, Linda. Hello, Dedicated. Hello, Angela. Hello, Gilberto. Hello, Kathleen. Oh, how's everybody doing though? We're doing a lot out here these days. There's how's it going? It's going quite well. How about yourself? I'm out here, the place where I'm currently couch surfing, I'm out next to a college that has a pro-Palestinian encampment. So that's pretty cool. Mud Doctor, Ravens. That's part of the reason why I'm late too. How's your day going? Um, Dedicated. Hello, June. Hello, Nightlife. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Eric. It's going good. Right on. Hello, Lunchbox of Doom. Love that. Hello, Farrell. Hello, Kelly. Um, and I learned while I was at the encampment that the TikTok ban is about Palestine. Hello, Sincere. So that was something. Hello, Kalia. Hello, Freddie. Hello, True Believer. Hello, Swaggins. So, I mean, like, a lot of people already saw that coming. The TikTok ban is about a lot of things, let's be real. But ultimately, it comes down to, and how it ultimately affects us, is setting the precedent that our government can ban any form of media or any outlet of information that they don't like if we let them ban TikTok. And that's the important part. Hello, Melody. Hello, Cats. Hello, Truly Me. Hello, Creative Occasions. I think it's about having power over U.S. media. Yeah. And having power over media is about censorship. It's all about censorship because today it's TikTok, right? And today it's Palestine, right? But tomorrow it could be something else. Um, and that's also why the Republicans are letting the Affordable Connectivity Program run out of funding. And I didn't believe this at first, but it came up on my news feed. Hello, Rosie Rose. Hello, Stephen Friend. That, and Sudan and Congo, of course. Hello, Rick. Hello, Danielle. That I looked into it. It didn't come up on my feed. I actually looked into it, and it said Joe Biden actually put in the request to the thing that they have to do to basically get more money into a thing, and the Republicans are the ones who didn't respond, and they are continuously refusing to respond. It's actually not the Democrats' fault that the Affordable Connectivity Program is running out of money, which I thought it was a bipartisan issue at first. Turns out it's not. Turns out, once again, it's the fucking Republicans. That's exactly why we need to be fighting to keep pushing and talking. Exactly. Freedom isn't free. I think we all understand that by now. Freedom isn't free. Freedom is something that we constantly have to fight for. And we have to fight to maintain freedoms as our landscape changes with the advancement of technology. We have to fight for our rights every step of the way as our rights change and evolve with technology. We have to fight, first we had to fight for food. Now we're fighting for housing, which we've been fighting for a long time now. And now we have to fight for phone and internet access, because now that's become a need with the way the infrastructure is in 2024. So, it's a constant thing. It's like if you see SNAP and Section 8 as important programs, that means you also see the Affordable Connectivity Program as important programs. Hey, Tony. We're talking about these topics today. You and anybody else is welcome to come up. The panel is open, plus 25 to get in. How you been, Tony? I haven't seen you in a bit. Yes, it's all important in public libraries too. Exactly. It's all about our right to access information, which is a right. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are finding this out now, including myself. Access information is a right. And it's banning TikTok is just like banning libraries. It's violating our right to access information. Hey, Emily. Great. How are you? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. What's the woman and bear thing? So the same guy who asked man or asked those women man or bear, he also asked men woman or bear. And he also asked men, would you rather your daughter encounter a man or a bear? So I'm addressing the other part of that conversation because the whole thing is a thought experiment, right? And a lot of people stopped at the man or bear of the thought experiment. But I'm exploring the other part of the thought experiment. Great, you. Oh, I already answered that. Please share the live. Yep, y'all share the live. So we can get more people in here. The guest box is open, plus 25 to get in. Hello, Chili Green. Do like and share the live. We are at 15 shares. Let's get to 20 shares, and we are at 5.6K likes. Thank y'all so much for 5.6K likes. Let's get to 10 likes on the live. Me, I choose woman. Yeah, most people choose woman. Hello, lovely. So when it came to man versus bear, 7 women chose bear and 3 women chose man. When it came to woman versus bear, all the men chose woman. And I don't know what happened with daughter, man or bear. I think that the men, they had to choose. I think they eventually chose bear. Some people are saying that they chose bear. I didn't get that deep into it. That's why I don't talk about it. But the fact that some of the women chose bear and some of the women chose man, but all the men chose woman, that's telling in and of itself. And then when men go on and try to make all these other caveats to the conversation, they add, are you trapped in the forest? Are you fighting the thing? It's like, it's not about fighting. It's not about being trapped. You are on a hike like a normal person. Which would you rather encounter? And all of the men said woman because they're not threatened by women. Some of the women said bear because they're not as threatened by the bear as they are by a man. And that's just the way it is. Hello, Joy. Hello, Body. Hello, 24-hour affordable. Let me see what that full name is. Hey, Cat. Hello, Cherry Mary. I wanted to see what that full name is, and then Cat came in. How you doing, Cat? Welcome back, Communist. Hello, Ashley. The bear's behavior is more predictable. The bear won't bother you if you're not bothering it or if you're not too close to its cubs. That's just the way it is. Oh, I got a guess. Dedicated. Okay. I'm going to let Dedicated up.
Hi. Hi.
My friend, I got to ask you first. Are you driving?
Oh, I'm in the car. Yes. Do you want me to come back when I'm not in the car?
You can be in the car, but you can't be driving.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. All right. You're welcome to come back when you're not driving. TY. TY for what? I was just ignoring Comer, but if you want to get rid of him, go ahead. Because like the reason why I was just ignoring that person is because a lot of people add the caveat of like the race of the person. Like when I ask black and brown people woman or bear, they ask, is it a white woman? And this just says woman or bear. So like people adding racial caveats, I just kind of ignore it. I don't care what race the woman is, I'm picking the woman over the bear. I don't care what race the man is, I'm picking the bear over the man. That's me. Um, but I do care what kind of bear it is. If it's a black bear, sure. If it's a polar bear, no. I will lose my literal actual head if it's a polar bear. All right, we got another guest coming up. Oof. Uh-oh. She's a woman, as you should, Tony. Wait, what happened? Somebody wanted to come up, and I let them come. Mel, didn't you want to come up? What happened? Bear all the way. All right. Jay, what do you want to talk about? Because I know that you are usually not the best. Hello, Saber. Hello, Savage. Hello, Simon. SSS. Love that. I choose the last woman or bear. Oh, okay, cool. What's up?
I'm just curious, why do you choose the bear over the man?
I'm sorry, what?
Why do you choose the bear over the man?
The last one says woman or bear. This isn't getting into me choosing the bear over the man.
No, no. Oh, I thought that's what I requested when you said you choose the bear over the man, but the woman over
The
the
top,
bear.
you said last, and this says woman or bear. So woman or bear, what's up?
Well, how come you choose the bear over the woman? I mean, the woman over the bear.
Because I'm not threatened by a woman.
Why? I have to ask you why in the case of the man, why do you choose the bear over the man? Because you say you're not threatened by women. Are you threatened by by men and not bears?
I'm less threatened by bears than men.
What do you have to prove that? Is that just like what you feel like, what you think, what you see? Where do you get that idea from?
Lived experience and statistics.
Statistics. So what statistic says that a bear is more dangerous? I mean, a man is more dangerous than a bear, but a woman isn't more dangerous than a bear.
What's the statistics say either of those things? If you want to add which is more dangerous, then none of them. Because okay, I pulled over. Okay. Because people are more dangerous than animals. Well, other animals, because people are also animals. But I'll still trust the woman.
So you say you trust the woman. So I was thinking maybe it was like
Yeah.
a case of you think you could fight off a woman, maybe, but you trust the
Well,
woman.
this isn't about fighting. So
Mhm.
if you add the caveat of fighting, then you've added an extra layer that wasn't there. Do you know what the original thought experiment was, Jay?
It's kind of who do you feel safer around, a bear or a woman?
No, Jay,
Yeah.
the original thought experiment was if you were in the forest hiking, would you rather encounter a man or a bear, or a woman or a bear, or would you rather your daughter encounter a man or a bear? It's not about fighting, Jay. You added that.
No. I'm saying, but who do you feel safer around, right? I think that when you choose your answer, that the idea of being able to fight something off like would automatically go in. Who's more likely
No,
to attack you?
no,
That would be
Jay,
yeah.
no. Jay, you added that. You added that to prove your own point, but nobody else is adding that, and nor am I adding that caveat. So if you want to go into the forest and fight man or bear, Jay, that's completely your issue. You go do that. I'm not fighting anyone.
Wait, just to be clear, I haven't made a point. I'm not trying to prove anything. I just don't understand why people would ever say they choose the man. I mean, the bear over the man, but a
I
woman over
mean,
the bear. It doesn't make sense.
yes, it actually would. Have you asked any men why they choose woman over bear?
Most
Or are
men
you
that
just asking me?
most men that would say they'd choose the woman over the bear would also say they'd choose the man over the bear as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the case I'm in. I just have more faith in humanity than bears. Even though I know bears aren't really aggressive, neither are humans.
Okay, good. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's it.
All right, take care.
You too. Oh, I thought you were gonna drop me.
Oh yeah, I am. You're good. All right. Jay just wanted to say something. That's usually the
Hi.
way he is. Hey, what's up?
What's going on? I was just listening to the last guy. I wanted to add something in because I think a lot of the people that are getting so offended by women choosing the bear over the man, they have some like internalized thing that they believe that all women should just instantly trust them, and it's um it's a
Well,
survival.
well, hang on, dedicated, because like Jay is a regular here, and he just likes to hear himself talk. So I just let him say
Yeah,
his piece.
well,
And
I've heard a lot.
maybe
Yeah.
somebody, hang on, maybe somebody, maybe sometimes having somebody else in the guest box is helpful. So if Jay wants to come up and say his piece, sometimes I'll let him. But like, it's not really worth trying to get into a whole fucking thing, especially if
I
Jay
see.
says it, because by the time Jay says it, we already know.
Oh.
Like, most women, not all women, but most women, hey, that one, most women chose the bear
Mhm.
because the bear will not attack them unless they're too close to their cubs, where a man makes a choice whether to attack you or not. Like, this is all basic shit that we've all already talked about. And like, Jay's just going to be last and trying to catch up with it. And men like Jay are going to be last and trying to catch up with it because they would rather put their egos in front of people's lived experiences. And like, I saw a whole live like a few days ago where like it was a pick me. And I know it was a pick me because she spoke at some point and her box lit up. Hey, Springs. That she was like, if you pick the bear over the man, you're a perpetual victim. And then there was even one guy who was even in one of the boxes rattling off the list of women who've made false essay accusations against men. And it's like, even if you have a coordinated list of women who have made false essay accusations, you still have to deal with the fact that the number of false essay accusations is less than 1%, and the
Mhm.
highest falsely reported crime is theft.
Mm.
So it's just like men are just getting, I'm sorry, cisgender men are just getting all in their feelings about being rejected by women who weren't going to choose them in the first place. So just let them.
Fair enough.
I don't argue with that.
Yeah, I've been here. I've been listening to a lot of these lives. This is the first time in your life that I've ever been. So I have no idea who Jay is, but that's the kind of the idea that I'm hearing from a lot of men. It's really weird for me because the men in my life are completely opposite. If I ask them, like my dad, I asked him, "Do you want me to be in the forest with a bear or a man?" He goes, "Well, if you're going to be in the forest, of course there's going to be bears out there, but I don't want you running across a random man. I don't know who he is." And it's like a lot of the times men know that other men pose a threat to women and they don't want them to be in that situation. I don't know. Maybe it's just the men that I run with that are like, I understand that there's a threat. That's why, they are there to protect us and, whatever. And I don't know. I find it interesting when there's a lot of guys on the internet saying that they're very offended that we choose the
They're
bear.
they're offended because they know they're in the wrong. They, like, hit dogs holler.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Hit
That's
dogs
true.
holler. They
That's
know
true.
that they're wrong. They know that they know other men that are wrong. And now they're getting mad because it's becoming popular information in circulation that they're wrong.
That's
Period.
true. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was hearing him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta pull over so I can. But no, no. I totally, I get what you're saying. There's no point in on fighting it. They're not gonna change their mind. I just find it very interesting. And a lot of the times, like when a man, or what I've heard in another life was a man asked his own mom, and she doesn't want to be in the forest with the man either. And he was like, why? Why do you not? And it's like, you don't get it that you have that privilege of not having to be in fear of another man. You
But
are
that's the
okay
thing,
with,
though. But see,
yeah,
that's the thing, though. That's not even that. Hey, nerdy, that's not even the point. The point is that you saw what Jay did, where he was like, I can fight
yeah,
another man.
yeah,
It's about who they're physically intimidated by and who they think they can take. It's
that's fair.
about who and they always make it about fighting. It's about who they think they can fight if they are attacked. They're not less afraid of other men. They just believe they can fight other men because it's another man and not a bear. Like,
Yeah,
they turned it into physical intimidation, whereas we're talking about the physical intimidation and the whole everything else that goes
mm,
along with it, because it's
yeah,
not just about that. Because like, You can get a gun and shoot anything or anybody. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of a man or a bear because if I'm going into the forest, I probably got that thing on me. I'm taking
Mhm.
down anybody or
Yeah.
anything. But they turned it into, if I don't have that thing on me and I got to go to a round of fisticuffs, I'm going to take on a man and not a bear.
Mhm.
Like, and
That's
it's
true.
it's about like a lot of women have said like I don't have to worry about seeing the bear again. They'll just take the bear out if the bear does something to me. But I have
Yeah,
to worry about seeing that man again.
that's true. And the other thing that I thought I found interesting, which I just been listening to different point of views and like trying to just get into people's heads a little bit through it. And one of the things I found interesting, because obviously it's a hypothetical, we're not actually going toe to toe with a bear, but um, somebody had said if I were to go in the forest with a bear and he unalived me, everybody would believe that I was unalived by him. But if I was to go into the forest with a man and say I survived, I came out and said that he essayed me, nobody would believe me. And it would just be like, like we're not believed. It's not like, oh, he helped you. Just be thankful that he helped you. And I found that interesting too, because I don't know, it just kind of all ties together and it makes a very interesting conversation.
Right. Like, and I see somebody in the thing, of course, but calling all men dangerous isn't the answer. I tell you what, Zippity, what is the answer? Because like you as another, I'm assuming that you're a man. Let me see. No bio, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're a man. And you have to face the fact that men are also a threat to you because it's like what? It's 1 in 5 women, but it's also like 1 in 6 men.
Mhm.
So like you you also have to be afraid of men. And it's I mean like I don't get it because men like I don't understand men who like side with men knowing that men also attack men.
I
Like
wanted to respond to Zippy because I don't feel like typing.
okay.
Hi y'all.
Hi.
I'm gonna just
Hi.
respond and then drop back into the comments because I'm trying to get ready. I don't
I'm
think
Okay.
I think
I,
Zippy has cognitive
Wait, hang
dissonance.
on. Dedicated wants to say something real quick. Dedicated,
I'm
go
so
ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna drop down because I need to keep driving, but I'm gonna be in the comments listening.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Take
Every
care.
day.
Okay. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Kat.
I don't think I think Zippy has cognitive dissonance because how you gonna sit up here and say that we have to be cautious of everyone? That literally means that people have the potential of being dangerous. Like, come on now, like let's call facts facts. And I was responding to him that like a lot of women say, or just a lot of people in general say, "Oh man," because if you meet somebody, if there was 6 men lined up in front of one woman, we're going to be weary of all 6 men because we don't fucking know them. So like, let's put two and two together. It is all men until we get to know them. But even if we do get to know them, they can still attack us. So it's like, what
It's all men
is
until it's no man. That's what it is.
exactly like the girl who went on the Tinder date with this white dude? He ended up like unaliving her. Like that's trending on TikTok right now. She thought she was gonna kick it with this man. And he ended up doing that to her. May she
What
rest in
hang
peace.
on. Hang on, slow down. What happened? Go into detail.
Basically, it was like this black girl and this white T man. They went on a date. I think she had met him from Tinder, and they was gonna go over to his house, but she ended up being unalived. And it was like, everywhere. And I was like so saddened by this. Like, this is why the man or the bear types of combos happen, because you may never know what your life will be like after meeting said man.
Yeah. Hashtag search the landfills, of course. Yeah, it's like shit, men are dangerous, period.
Mm,
Like, and that's why the other side of that stop. That's why the other side of that is like woman or bear, right? All those men chose woman.
that's
Because like,
crazy.
yeah, all the men chose woman. Like people like if you giving people a chance to just to like, be angry on the internet, they're gonna be like false SA allegations and shit like that. But in real life, men ain't worried about false sexual assault allegations. They worried about who they
Exactly.
can fight. And they know
Exactly.
that they can't really fight a
Completely
bear.
false.
So they're gonna pick a woman.
Completely
What
false. What you're saying is completely false.
what are you
We worry about false allegations all the time because they happen all the time. So what you're saying, you're not a man. It
False
doesn't.
allegations. False allegations are less than 1% of like falsely
It
reported
happens all the
crimes.
time. It doesn't have to be SA. It could be harassment at work. It happens all the
That's
time.
still
That's still
considered.
less
It
than
happens
that's.
all
Hang
the
on.
time. Men
That's
get
still less
accused
than.
falsely all the time.
No, they don't. If they got falsely accused all the time, we would hear about it all the time. That doesn't happen. Cat, what?
You guys are not being truthful. You're being disingenuous. It happens all the time.
Well,
You're not
sorry,
you,
the
Okay, then what?
statistics are disingenuous. Maybe you're just
you're not men. It doesn't happen to you. You have no
unintelligent to
idea what happens on a
comprehend.
daily basis. Guys get me too
We
all the time. All the time.
they
No one's
do.
denying that.
Like, hang on a second. We're gonna make less voices real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Conversation is ridiculous.
Okay, level up. If this topic seems to be very near and dear to your heart, is this a safe
No,
space?
I just want us to be fair. I definitely support you in the sense that I don't want to see any woman get hurt or essayed or anything like that. But we can't make light of the fact that false allegations happen on a daily basis in this country, and
So false.
making light of it is just not fair. It's not fair.
I'm not saying who is making light of it.
I think your previous guest was. I'm not accusing you of it, but your previous guest was acting like it doesn't happen. It does happen, and it happens pretty regularly in this country.
Okay. Well, what do you suggest we do about it?
Oh, look, there needs to be a standard. Like, first and foremost, let me be clear.
Okay.
If a man or a woman attacks another person, they should be held accountable. I think we both can agree on that. But I think that when you do it, there needs to be an investigation. There needs to be evidence. There needs to be structure. It just can't be someone makes an allegation and we just believe them off rip. There needs to be corroborating evidence. There needs to be witnesses, set and so forth. A lot of
So
times,
if
somebody
somebody,
makes a
wait, hang
statement.
on now, because I'm going to stop you at witnesses. Because if
Right.
somebody gets attacked in private,
Right.
there's obviously not going to be witnesses.
Okay, that's fine. Most of the time when stuff like that happens, there aren't witnesses. Maybe there might be somebody they disclose to, but the point is that there needs to be evidence. There needs to be an investigation. A lot of times, what happens is people make a statement, and before there's even an investigation, they're already found guilty in the public eye. And then and if it turns out that the person lied, there's no repercussions or restitution. It's just, oh, okay, she lied. His
No,
reputation is
Jay,
destroyed.
level up. First of all, you're wrong. If somebody like makes an allegation and they go to court over it, and they find that the person lies, there are repercussions because lying is literally a crime. People do go to jail and prison for that. So what are you talking about?
Are you telling me that women who have made false allegations about sexual harassment or SA have gone to prison for that? Are you saying
When
that?
if they go to court and they find out they lied, yeah, they go to prison for that. Like that's literally
Well,
that's
you know what?
you
Maybe
that
it's perhaps it
lying that
may,
hang on lying that somebody committed a crime against you, and not just SA, also theft, assault, other stuff.
right,
That's
right,
like
right.
that's perjury. That's literally perjury. So what are you talking about? There are no consequences.
But maybe it's then what I'm leaning more towards, maybe it's not SA, maybe it's harassment, because a lot of times I've seen it. I've also even seen it in the business world. Women have made false claims of sexual harassment, and when it was investigated and found out to be not true, nothing happened to the woman, but the man's reputation was ruined.
I mean, that's not how that goes though. If you're talking about the court of public opinion, the court of public opinion is obviously flawed. And I don't really know if there's anything that we can do about that. But if you're talking about actual legal court where people like have filed lawsuits and the police have been involved and now we're here at the court, people go to prison for perjury. So I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, I'll leave you with this because you actually seem like you're trying to be fair, and I respect that. What the problem is, you can file a lawsuit against a woman who falsely accused you of sexual harassment, but the damage to your reputation is done as a man. It's irrevocable. Even when you're exonerated, the whispers don't stop. You always wind up being the guy who got accused of being a creep, and that never goes away. So that's
I
my
mean,
issue with a lot of this. That's my issue
okay.
with a lot of this.
I mean, though, if they find out she was lying, like I said, the court of public opinion is flawed. Like that's why you shouldn't depend on the court of public opinion. And we've seen that go all different kinds of ways. But like,
That's fair.
if
That's fair.
if but
That,
if there is a lawsuit and it's you file for defamation, your reputation has been ruined, all this here, that does help repair it. Like it's I don't know, I just don't think that like if it's false, you've gone to court, like, and the issue has been resolved in court, like that trumps the court of public opinion. Like the whispers are always going to be outdated information, and like it's up to you to figure out who a person is if you want to go down that road instead of relying on the court of public opinion and outdated information.
all right, I'll accept that. I appreciate it. Like I said, you seem like you were trying to be fair. I appreciate that, and I'm giving you your respect. Um, I said what I needed to say. Like I said, I've seen irreparable damage done to men who were completely exonerated. Their reputation, their business, their family life, it was all affected. And even when they filed lawsuits against the women who lied, it still didn't. It still they weren't able to change any of that. So, but I don't see a way out of it. Once an allegation is made, there's no turning it back, and that's the problem. But thank you for
You're
listening.
right.
I do appreciate your point of view. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. I'm gonna drop you because I hear a lot of stuff in your background. I'm gonna assume that you're kind of busy. Oh, you're good. Okay. All right.
Hi. Anyways, for level up, I'm pretty sure he's gone. But
Good
anyway,
afternoon, Blue Pill.
Hey, what's
um,
up?
You
Tony, you must
know,
be having a late. Kat, I
yeah.
know Tony didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I'm
Sometimes
so
Tony has
sorry.
a
I
way.
didn't realize. My bad.
no, you're fine. No, this my anger is with level up because first of all, I didn't never invalidate. I don't know where the air in your head ever thought that I said that men do not go through that or denying it or invalidating people's
Well,
experience.
he said making light of it. I don't know if that meant
Exactly.
denying it.
Like no, all we were talking about was women. That's how I know men do not listen. When we talk about women's experience, they always be like, "Well, you guys are making light of men experiences." Absolutely
Really?
not. You can't draw the connection between the two. All I
A lot,
said was
I'm going to point out that a lot of people, BRB, right on. A lot of people who make light of men's experiences are other men. Like,
exactly.
That's true.
Like let clock the T because never have I ever did that. He just felt some type of way. And I don't know why. But we all know why. But anyways, I have men in my family who've been SA before. So it's like I understand and I hear from them because women and men, we can, or any gender, we can all relate to something that has happened to us. Like, let's be for real. So
yeah.
to attack me, a black woman who has it the hardest, your own fellow community, like come on now, like be for real. Like you just can't sit up there and try to talk over me and then try to double down and be like you're making light of it. Never have I done that. Clock it. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
I mean, some people just get in their feelings.
Exactly, I was so
Uh
confused.
oh, can I not hear people now? Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
My Bluetooth might have done something real quick.
Not the Bluetooth.
Oh, it says it's connected. Okay, just turn this off.
I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to turn on my headphones so I could hear better, but TikTok is being held together by Scotch tape today and will not allow me to connect to my headphones. So you're going to have to hear mowing in the background.
No, you're good. Also, I just wanted to add like how he was saying like women be lying, and that's true. Like, ain't nobody gonna deny that. However, the statistics say that false allegations is less than 1%. So
Hmm.
let's keep it a buck. I understand it happens, and it's awfully wrong. People's reputations get ruined. So do women who get accused of SA and men. I will say men do get it the hardest because of the culture, but if your gender does it the most, you're gonna face more of the repercussions, and that's something that they need to dismantle, not the women. So, and
Well,
two, Oh
Well,
yeah,
Kat, let's tell the whole truth though, right? Because the reason why false allegations go so far is because real allegations usually don't go that far. So it's like when
exactly.
it comes to that, people don't know who to trust, right? And it's
Yeah,
women too, because women have the same capacity to commit SA, but people are less likely to take it seriously. Like if a woman essays a man, specifically if a woman essays a man, not talking about a woman essaying another woman or a woman essaying somebody of a different gender, specifically if a woman essays a man, people will even go so far as to say he should have enjoyed it. And it comes from other men. It don't come from
exactly.
women.
It's sick. It's absolutely sick, and that's why they need to understand that you need to raise better men. You need to talk to your friends, the locker room talk, dismantle it, unpack that shit, because it's not the woman's fault. That's what y'all need to realize, you know. And I was just gonna touch base on, he was like, oh, like if a woman like reports like sexual harassment or like, you know, something to like HR or whatever, and then it gets falsely accused, most of the time, even if it is true and you're that woman who does it, and then HR is like, well, it's actually false. Like, there's a 50% chance of it being righted or wronged. Like, I'm not saying that like false like allegations don't happen in the workforce, but even if it is real and but it's deemed false, that also happens. And that
Yeah.
woman has to live with that. I don't think they understand the possibilities of that going, you know, I mean, they don't understand the possibilities of everything. Like with the whole like Kesha you know incident with I forgot his name, is it Scooter Bryan or whoever, like she went to court and she was sitting up there crying and she had all this evidence but they still ruled in his favor. Like that's how the system works. So it's like, yes, there's a possibility of there being like of it being false, but there's also a possibility of it being true but still like deemed false. So
And
it's
let's get
like,
down to like, the getting down to the real issue is that people don't take SA seriously, no matter who does it. When it happens to a man from another man, they'll treat them the same way as they treat everybody else. Oh, what were you wearing? What were you really doing? Why were you at this dude's house? He felt some type of way, blah, blah, blah. Why are you hanging out with this dude? Like men get it too. But men also get that extra layer of you were too weak to fight another man off, therefore you're not worth protecting. Women don't get
exactly.
that layer of it.
Like we can really get to the nitty gritty of it because y'all not gonna sit up here and say that no, that we up here making light of it. Like no, we take everything serious. That's why it's believe the victim first and then wait on the evidence. Because
Exactly.
victims are always, the culture is that we always want to believe that the victim is false. So we're trying to change that narrative of being like, hey, like let's believe them first. If it's not true, then it's just not true. You know?
Exactly. And it goes for men too. Like
Exactly.
Jude Jedi said hypocrisy. It's like, nah, we believe all victims, regardless of
Exactly.
their gender, whatever they got going on in their pants, whatever. All the victims. Because it's like it's what? It's 1 in 5 women and it's 1 in 6 men. That's a lot of fucking people.
That
And there are no
is.
statistics, unfortunately, for non-gender conforming or people outside of that gender spectrum. But you know what? Like what? Can you show a source for that happening? What source? I'm reproductive rights strike in the chat, by the way. Oh, friendship bracelet. Thank you. We besties.
Mhm.
That was just resistance. Okay,
I'm
weird.
confused.
But I mean, yeah, it's always people who ask for a source that don't have a source themselves unless they already have it pulled up. And by the way, Zippity, do you even have enough people to come up while you're yelling at other people about a source? Because
I'm
as
really
far
about to
as
mute him.
that's the thing, like how you gonna like TikTok just now started not blocking links, but the chat is still extremely limited. So when you demand sources from people in the chat, it's like, and I'm saying this for everybody, including myself, it's like what do you expect people to even be able to type? Uh, so you're okay with what's happening? Where's this conversation going? What's happening? The TikTok ban will go to court and lose. You people should honestly learn the government. Who is you people, Evie? Who is you? Do you have enough people to come up? No, you don't.
Baby, her eyes covered. I'm not gonna trust nobody who got a damn black bar over their eyes.
I don't know. Like, I want to know who you people is. Go ahead, Eden. Who is you people? Go enlighten us.
It better not be racial. That's all I got to say.
Like it's like, and this is about how the TikTok ban is about Palestine because Mitt Romney came out and said it recently, along with I think his name is Blaine. I don't know his first name. I don't know where he's from or anything, but Blaine and Mitt Romney were like, it's about Palestine because there's a high concentration of pro-Palestinian content on TikTok specifically.
Yeah.
It's all across different platforms, but it's like very highly concentrated on TikTok, which is why they want to ban it. Your tone and lack of empathy for these men. What are you talking about? See, now that we've started talking about assaults against men, Zippy is changing his fucking tune.
For
Hey, Kevin.
real.
It's like, dude, Zippy. All right,
Mel is like, what?
oh, Mel wants to come up. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna mute you real quick. Tony, hang on a second. Tony, I'm gonna let you go after Mel, okay? I know you haven't talked yet. Hang on a second. Mel, please go ahead.
Okay, so Zippy asked me if it was wrong that men get falsely accused. I said, duh, but I said it's also wrong to bring that up when we're talking about women's essay. And that's what made him upset.
I mean, being falsely accused is wrong. Like,
Yeah,
and
of course.
like when it comes out that it's false, these people's reputation shouldn't be totally destroyed. It's just like, let's look at the whole picture of false accusations, right? False accusations are less than 1% of false accusation crimes. It does come at the cost of committing perjury if you take it to court. Hey, confronting chaos. CC, hey, and like, if you have a problem with the way SA victims are treated or the way people who are falsely accused of SA are treated, then you should be confronting other men because it's men who set the tone for that. Like,
right.
the fact that women are basically glorified when they essay a male child, that's by other men. That's men's fault. Like, women seem to have a much better understanding that essay against everybody is horrible. And when it comes to a man being falsely accused of essay and his reputation being ruined, that is from the lack of accountability that men who commit essay usually get away with it. And it's not that the man should suffer for that. It's just the whole structure of it. And the reason why men get away with essay is also because of other men. Like, Zippy, what's the point? It's like you're going back and forth. And it's like, okay, so you agree essay is horrible. You agree that anybody who commits essay is horrible. You agree that we all agree that false essay allegations are horrible. They can ruin people's reputations. But what dictates how these reputations get handled is other men. Hey, capitalism hater. And Springs, I saw you wanted to come up at some point. Hey, CC, you can come up if you want. I'll send you an invitation. I'm gonna let Tony talk. Tony has not gone yet, and I'm gonna let Springs talk, and I'm gonna let CC talk. Tony, please go ahead.
Thanks for letting me up.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to comment on the last gentleman. Like, no, I'm not coming at him. Like, in no way am I coming at him. But he kept talking about the the false accusation comment that he made, which, we all know it happens. I mean, I have no idea what percentage. I'm not going to guess. But what about? So he's accusing women of lying, essentially. What about the men who are lying when they are accused and did do it and not own up to it? So that's even worse, and that ruins not just the woman's reputation, but her whole psychological makeup for a good while. Like that when that happens, I mean, I'll be hearing these stories that messes people up in the head for a good while. And I'm not throwing, I'm probably not saying that correctly. And I'm not making light of it, but I don't know how else to say it. But like it affects them. So a woman lying, and then it ruins the man's reputation potentially. Okay, a man lying about it, and he did do it, not only ruins her reputation, but her whole mental health has been affected for probably the rest of her life.
Right. And also, like, I'm not gonna say false allegations don't also also don't mess people up. It's just like less than 1% in comparison to how often SA and harassment and rape do happen. And it's like all of these things are valid. And it sounds to me like the court of public opinion is what should be fixed. And the attitude in the court of public opinion and how these things like get handled in the short term and the long term is usually dictated by men.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I can agree with that. I mean that, like, unfortunately, men set the tone in a lot of things. Unfortunately, like there's a and that they don't. We, as I say, I'm a man, so I'm in that category. I'm putting myself in the category of men and men collectively need to take better responsibility over the power, privilege that they've been, I don't want to say given like it's a good thing, but that they have. Like
Again,
I should reach out to, like, nip anything in the bud. Like if I see a problem, whether it's something, a physical act or a conversation or just something that's wrong, and it's making light of, it's spreading false information, if it's somehow furthering the harm of women or furthering the harm of anyone for that matter, then my responsibility as a male person, I need to step in and frickin' stop it.
yeah,
And I think that's not happening enough. That's not happening enough.
yeah. Oh, Kat had to go. I'm gonna drop. All right, cool. Thank you for coming up, Kat. And I'm sorry for cutting people off so much. It's just I want to make sure everybody on the panel talks. Hello, speak the truth. Springs, please go next.
Hello, thank you very much for your platform and time. Also, it's good to see you, Blue Pill.
Hey. I saw you requested while the other person was up here, but then you stopped. I don't know if you requested by mistake or do you want to be up here or what?
I was on my way home, or I was on my way to my house, I should say, where I'm staying, and I just like requested, but I realized it was gonna be I was like on a bus, so there was no way nobody was gonna be able to hear me. But I'm at the crib now. So yeah, I just wanted to address Zippy Dippy Doodah very quickly because they're getting on my nerves.
Of course, go ahead.
And thank you for letting me do that. So they kept saying that I'm bad faith. Two things: I'm not a debate pervert, so like I don't talk about the nature of why like black people deserve rights or why trans people deserve rights or why any marginalized people deserve rights. I'm not going to debate on the nature of like why these people deserve to be liberated. That's not something that is a matter of debate. If you want to have a discussion, that's one thing. But the reason that I outwardly or overtly just denunciated you is because you have a propensity for misogyny and your bias is already in favor of men and racism and misogyny. So there's nothing to discuss with you. Like, you need to be re-educated. Secondly, violence, or rather, this is a statistic from End Violence Against Women International. And I don't know about this organization, but this is like a peer-reviewed study with like multiple sources, and this is the abstract. In reality, no one knows, and in fact, no one can possibly know exactly how many sexual assault reports are false. However, estimates narrow to the range between 2 and 8%. When they are based on rigorous research of case classifications using specific criteria and incorporating various protections of the reliability and validity of that research. So understanding that, we know automatically that of the like thousands, hundreds of thousands of reports, millions of reports, that only 2 to 8% of those are false allegations. So even if you are trying to go rigorously off of just data, and I know that your intentions are like bad faith, I know you don't actually care about data, I know you're just a misogynist zippy dippy doodah, but the fact is that only 2 to 8% of essay allegations are false. So you are a biased person. You are not a good faith person. You are looking at the like minority, and like you are looking at like the you are looking at like the smaller number here and saying that like we need to hyperfixate on that, when the issue is that every woman in your life 100% has a story where they have had to deal with that.
Right.
So you are just saying you don't believe women. You're just saying that like you don't care about like the nature of, like, you don't actually care about the data either, because if you did, you would know that most cases are that most false essay reports are like very, very small in the
I mean,
percentile.
and we don't have to care about data either. Like, it's just about, like, if we agree that all of these things are horrible, then let's just agree that all of these things are horrible and believe the victim until evidence says otherwise. Like, it's not even that complicated. I tell you what, Zippy, you don't have a whole lot of people, but somebody just educated you in a way. So I'm going to mute you, and you are going to have to pay to talk again. So you can either be a broke boy in the comments, or you can pay up, and then you can talk again.
That's so based. I love you.
You're good.
Thank
And you
you.
don't have to gift me. You can gift any of the panelists if you like, preferably Springs, because he's the one who's been dealing with you for a while. I mean, a lot of people have been talking to you, including Kat, but Kat's not up here. So either me or Springs, mainly because Tony addressed the previous guest, and I don't know who CC is going to address, but if CC addresses you, you can also give CC. But as far as I'm concerned, like, you're just a piece of shit. Uh, thank y'all so much. And if you gift me, you're going to have to gift me a galaxy. So, CC, please go ahead. Thank you so much for the gifts, y'all. CC, go ahead, please. Hey, CJ.
Hello, 43, she, her. I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, actually, so we've been on Woman or Bear for a while, and people still keep gravitating towards men bear because they know that men are more of a threat than women. But this is all of today's menu items.
Okay.
Mitt Romney came out recently admitting that the TikTok ban is specifically about Palestine, because of the high concentration on TikTok specifically about Palestine, which is why Israel and the United States are losing the PR war to try to convince people that it's not a genocide when we all know that it is.
Right.
The homelessness epidemic / housing crisis, always a great topic. BRB, right on, Cat. The student protests, which are still going on. Hemline University is on day 9, and DePaul University in Chicago is on day 3. And of course, the thing that we've been talking about, Woman or Bear. So you can pick any of these.
The woman or bear thing is hilarious because these men have become whole ass zoologists rather than listening to women.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Woman or Bear because that's the other side of the thought experiment. There were 3 questions, and one of the questions was Woman or Bear. And all the men picked woman because they would rather encounter a
Right.
woman than encounter a bear, because they go to what they can fight off if it tries to attack them, rather than thinking about what might attack them and what might not. Because a bear's not going to attack you unless you get too close to her cubs, and a woman's not going to attack you because women are less geared towards violence. So
Right. And they also go to women for comfort and empathy and support. You know, if they're out in the woods and they get a boo-boo, they're going to need you to kiss it and make it better. Sorry, guys. I love you. I'm not a man hater, I promise.
Guilty.
I mean a
CC,
little
guilty.
bit.
I would want a woman to kiss my wounds. Absolutely, I would. 100%. Yes, I would want that. Sorry.
A bear could, oh, you're good, Tony. A bear could attack you without cubs. Not a bear could attack you without cubs, but that if a bear attacks you without cubs, that means that you threatened it. Bears don't attack people unprovoked. It was either hungry, you threatened it, or you got too close to its cubs.
Well,
Uh,
melatonin is the point. Like they are the
Nope.
point here. See, now
so
they're just gonna yell
okay,
at you.
no, so we don't do all caps. All caps are for mods only. So now you gotta mute. Those are the rules. So yeah. Well, now Melatonin has lost his talking privileges because he violated the rules of all caps for mods only. So he's just gonna have to sit.
I love it.
So yeah.
Can we talk about how the TikTok ban is about Palestine? Because I don't know, I didn't see that, so I don't know much about it.
Oh, you know, you probably didn't see it because of my sticker here. The sticker is always a little bit down from where the host puts it, or a little bit up or something.
No. I'm
It's really
saying
weird.
I didn't see it in the news. Like I
Oh,
didn't see where he said that. So like I don't know anything about it. Could you tell me?
so Mitt Romney came out and said, along with somebody else, I forgot his name because he's not a politician that I'm too aware of. I think his name is Blaine.
Okay.
He said that TikTok is being banned because of the high concentration of pro-Palestinian material specifically on this platform. And that's the biggest motivation behind the TikTok ban. Hello, Beast Mode.
Oh yeah. I see it now. They want TikTok ban over pro-Palestine content. Interesting. Very interesting.
So we can definitely talk about that.
Is that why the
So
Republicans are trying to disown him as fast as possible?
I mean, they've been trying to disown him since he marched in the Black Lives Matter protests. This has been going on for a
True.
while.
True.
But like a Republican's a Republican. You can't disown what you don't own. Like Mitt Romney is not a GOP Republican. He's like a regular ass Republican. There was somebody else that mentioned the search percent of pro-Pally materials and searches. APAC is also Izzy, and Izzy funds large majority senators and congressmen. Yep. Beast Mode, thank you for the follow.
Beast
Welcome
Mode
back
is
out.
amazing. Huge supportive person. An absolute gem to have around.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we have a new person. Hello, Mike.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi,
Mike,
so
what
is
would
Sophie.
you like to
Mike.
talk about?
I loving the topics in the background.
Oh yeah, what would you like to talk about?
Um, well, does it say what the guest box open thing is like in the way? I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know if
sorry. Hang on a second. I'll just delete that sticker and add it back later. Go ahead.
oh,
Hey, Witch
TikTok ban
Witch.
is about, yeah.
Because we're talking about the TikTok ban now, but we can change the topic.
Oh no, I just wanted to come up and join.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and let I chose go ahead, and then we can circle back around to Tony. I chose. Please do go ahead. Okay.
Huh? Well, I don't think we should put up with ops. I know
What are you
like
talking about?
that's what you want to see sometimes, but I have zero chill for ops today. So if you want to bring up position to anything in the background, like be prepared for me to not be super friendly about it.
Oh, you're fine. And really, like when it comes to ops, like the only thing that really has an op right now is woman or bear, because people keep talking about man or bear. Uh, Airdrop a capitalist a can of soup today. Hell yeah. But people aren't really talking about the homelessness one, and and
Oh yeah.
people we like briefly discussed the student protests. But like I use the bear one just to get attention. But people are welcome to talk about anything. A few people came in earlier talking about the TikTok ban actually. There's somebody with hearts in their name. I don't know if they're still here that was talking about the TikTok ban as well. But we definitely need to discuss the TikTok ban now that Mitt Romney and Blaine have outwardly stated that the TikTok ban is about the pro-Palestinian content on the platform. Because they have admitted to a violation of our First Amendment right. And some people would argue, and I usually argue this as well, that freedom of speech is not freedom to platform. However, the violation of our First Amendment right is that the government is trying to block a platform that is saying things that it doesn't like. Therefore, it is a violation of the First Amendment.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I haven't read much into that specifically. I haven't seen that part of it, but if I were to say, take your word for it, I would be consistent to saying that, like, in other instances, like Twitter, now called X, I would allow this to be, I would say I would allow, people that we disagree with on there that have been formally blocked from TikTok, Twitter as well, such as Trump, even though like he has spewed like, misinformation about that. So I know because like people would say, well, look at the leftists, they want this, but then they banned Trump. So how can you say the left is for free speech and whatnot? So I think to be consistent as well is important to like also prove their point that like, yeah, we are for free speech as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I found out the Affordable Connectivity Program funding is being blocked due to Republican inactivity.
Hmm.
The Biden administration has put more funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program out into the whatever they need to put it into. And it has been inaction from the Republicans that is now stalling the funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Chaos. I love it. Hello, Cassandra. Hello, Ash. Hello, Hollywood. I'm gonna say hello to some people real quick. I like saying hello to people. People have such cool names. Um, but
Nice.
I'm not surprised. But and just so y'all know, there's already a TikTok ban. Uh, the Biden administration did make it where it's illegal to download TikTok on a government phone or government device, including tablets. So like when I learned that, it was very interesting to me how a TikTok ban is already active and is already flying under the radar because it's happening to poor people. And now Republicans aren't motivated to keep people connected to phone and internet because it's happening to poor people.
Also, like, there's a lot of misinformation because, like, it's hypocritical as well because, like, Facebook, for one example, has violated many privacy rights. They have been shown to like violate and selling user information to other foreign entities. So just because they're an American entity as well, they're fine. So.
Yeah.
So I think that's like hypocrisy in its finest.
Alicia, we can't donate to the Affordable Connectivity Program. That it's a federally funded program. The
Yeah.
government has to approve more money towards it. It's not something that we can donate to. TikTok doesn't belong on work devices, especially the government. Zippity, once again, you are fucking wrong. What did I say? I said you can't have it on government phones. That means Affordable Connectivity Program devices, not government workers. Like, were you just like also deaf the whole time you were muted? Like,
He's just a contrarian.
yeah, what the actual fuck?
Every
Like, let
time
me
I
just be
read,
wrong real quick. Huh?
yeah, like every time they say something, all I picture is like Napoleon Dynamite, like flailing around with his arms going everywhere, like trying to hit something.
For
He just
real.
can't land a single point.
Wild. That's so true.
Yeah,
Where
they're
can I
personal
find out more
development
about?
goals.
Hang on, I got to answer another question. He asked where can you find out more about the Affordable Connectivity Program. If you want to find out what's happening now with the Affordable Connectivity Program, you can Google it, Affordable Connectivity Program, and a lot of information from the FCC will come up.
Oh,
What's up?
I'm sorry. Oh, no, I was going to make a point back to the TikTok ban. I don't know if you guys saw, but like I think it was like a week ago, I made a TikTok about it where how the House passed a bill called the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, they're saying that like any form of what they may deem consider to the Jewish people as anti-Semitism, it can be federally charged to that person. So like it does span across. I think you can see maybe a correlation there as well.
But it's going to be just as useful as any other thing that they've already tried to do, like trying to get people to. There was a thing where they tried to where they made people sign declarations that they will not protest Israel to be able to receive disaster relief funding, even though there was no legal way that they could enforce it because that's a direct violation of First Amendment rights. They
Hmm.
also tried to say that they also tried to make it anti boycott laws, which is also non-enforceable because you can't force people to buy things. It's like
Hmm.
everything they do is non-enforceable. They also can't federally charge you with anti-Semitism because like hate because like it's hate speech is weird, right? Like if you commit a crime and you also said something hateful, if you are if you beat up a black person and you yell the N-word while you're doing it, then they're like, okay, then we can prove it's a hate crime because you also yelled a slur. But just yelling slurs isn't a crime. So you can still say whatever you want. And it's like trying to make it a federal crime to be anti-Semitic is technically also a violation of freedom of speech.
Oh, to the person below, it was a bipartisan bill.
Yeah.
It passed like by wide margins. But yeah, all Republicans voted for it, and then some Democrats voted for it in the House.
And
I can't really name who off the top of my head, of course. Yeah, I would have to go back into the bill and specify who voted yes. But yeah, it was bipartisan.
and yet they still can't do anything because okay, so then you have to find everybody who says something that you don't like. And then it's
Yeah,
like, okay, so how is this bill that you made like
but
because the second that they arrest somebody, it's going to turn into, okay, how is this bill that you made not conflicting with our First Amendment right?
right, I mean, the utility of it, we could talk about the utility of like how it's going to be enforceable. I don't think that's like the issue. I think the issue is that like you're sending a message to people that are like any discontent towards the Israeli state is able to be enforceable of deeming under this anti-Semitic bill that they passed, though. So this
Right.
idea
And
that like you can't say anything negative is anti-Semitic. So
Yeah, so that means it's not going to hold up in court the second somebody sues them. So it's like it's just another empty promise of
right, yeah,
violence. It's like you can't force people to buy things. You can't force people to not protest because that's a violation of their First Amendment. And you can't force people to not criticize a different country or their own country.
right,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
Zippy,
yeah.
like I said, you need to pay to speak again. There we go. All right. Hey, Monica. Hello, mommy milkers.
Um,
But yeah, so yeah, it's just like you can't like I mean, there's just, and then there are already lawsuits happening from because there's 7 million small businesses on here, and the TikTok ban directly violates their right to work because they also sell things on here. It violates my right to work because I live stream and I do have some form of income on here. So
Hmm.
like the TikTok ban just doesn't stand a chance on any ground.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean the ACLU says if it passes in the Senate, they will sue them.
and
They
there's
will
there's
sue.
already it's the ACLU and the fact that there's already a class action lawsuit like getting signed up. Well, I don't know what they call it, but like the class action lawsuit is already in the making with the businesses that will be affected by the ban. And there's
Right,
seven
yeah.
million small businesses on here. I don't know how many of them are American, but like that's a lot,
Regardless.
millions, lot of opportunities for people to get on this class action lawsuit.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, TikTok alone has contributed to the American economy quite a bit, so yeah.
I mean, it contributes to the American. Thank you for the rose. It contributes to the economy just for the mere fact that, like, I, as a homeless person who can't work on a regular work schedule because of my housing situation,
How long have you been
because
homeless?
I couch surf, so like I'm in a different place all the time. So I can't have a job with a schedule because I need places to stay and my places to stay are inconsistent. So
Yeah.
like this is how I can get a little bit of money to spend to put back into the economy.
May I ask
By the
how
way, my gift is up at the top, and I'm also going to pin it. Oh, I can't pin it again for another few minutes, but if you would like to send lights, please do, or you can subscribe. Mike, please go ahead.
I guess that makes sense why the second point is up there. Goes into the second point. But how long, may I ask how long you've been homeless for?
How long has it been now? It's been a decade.
Been a decade, wow. And may I ask what state do you live in?
I am in Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay. I live in Pennsylvania, and I work in a homeless shelter, and we oversee 130 some people. And I got to tell you, it's so frustrating working with this system that we have in place. We only have so much resources and housing resources, more specifically, to provide people to be able to be housed. And so, yeah,
Yeah, and that's by choice. Homelessness is a policy choice. Poverty is a policy choice,
right.
not a personal failure. But with that, I'm gonna swing back around to Tony, and then we're gonna go to Springs. Tony, please go ahead.
There's a lot happening, and my ADHD brain just kicked in, and I don't remember what I was going to say. But you know, I'm here for you. I know what I was going to say. I was chatting with Cece this morning. So Cece's my new friend, and so I just wanted to give her a little shout out. She has an awesome channel, topics and stuff. So, little shout out to my new friend Cece. She's awesome. Um, that's that's all I got. I don't there's nothing really that I need to like reiterate or combat or clarify.
Right on. Thank you so much for that. Thank y'all for the lights. The gift goal has been met. Thank you so much. And somebody asked, "Are you working?" Yeah, I'm working right now. I literally explained why this is my job. Uh,
But I'm gonna jump down and let you have another spot in the up here in the panel. But I'm gonna listen from the comments section.
all right, Tony. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you. Springs, please go ahead.
Um,
And my headphones just decided to do something weird when Tony left. I don't know, y'all, because I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay, Springs, please go ahead.
by the way, I can hear you. So I didn't actually have, I also have ADHD, and I did have something to add earlier, but it has escaped me. But that's okay. It'll probably come back to me at some point, and I'll raise my hand.
What was it about?
Um, I think it was just something like I think I was just going to extrapolate more on the nature of like how for poor people the TikTok ban has already been active. And I think I wanted to like draw distinctions between like personal devices and government devices, and I wanted to critique Zippy Dippy Doodah for like how I know in any, because they're a capitalist or they think they're a capitalist, so how I know they would like in any other context critique like people for being like no one has a right to like dictate what you do with your personal time or private property. That's definitely an argument they would make in favor of capitalism, but like when a capitalist government is actively censoring like free speech and disallowing um people who rely on them from
Mhm.
like accessing information equally as other citizens, they don't see that as a breach of like personal liberties or freedoms because they don't perceive equity as something that people are like deserving of. You know, they don't perceive equity as something people deserve. They just think, oh, poor people need to be perfect victims. They need to always make sure that they are being, because for people like Zippy Dippy Doodah, poor people can't just exist. They have to constantly be like self-flagellant and like be constantly on their own backs about the fact that they're poor and constantly be judging themselves for still being poor. These people are sycophants. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you also for helping me with that exercise. That's a great way to get ADHD people to remember what they were trying to say.
Oh yeah, you're good. I learned that. I forgot how I learned that skill, but I do carry it with me.
Yeah, that
Um,
definitely helped me.
it's all good. CC, please go next.
So I was thinking about since people weren't really touching much on the homelessness and the housing crisis, and I feel like that's like mid issue. Like I don't know how you can even touch on homelessness and a housing crisis when people can't earn a livable wage. Um,
Right. Because you need an address to get a job and you need a job to get an address. And it's like
right.
working online doesn't require you to have an address, it just requires you to have a PayPal with an address on it. And that can be an address that you were living at 5 years ago. So like, hey Lola.
But
So
even in that, there's no guarantee of income because even a lot of like the online, remote work jobs, a lot of them are like, um, well, they turn out to be MLMs or they're commission based or um, I don't know. I just feel I see a lot of people that are perpetually um, victimized by the system.
yeah. Oh, the skill. Okay. By the way, Tony, reproductive rights strike is me. You're talking to me. Um, and I'm glad that we're talking about this now because Ray just came in, and I'm gonna see if Ray wants to come up because, well, I'm just gonna say that I don't want to say too much about this person's situation without them being up here to speak for themselves. Hello, learning. How you doing? Thank you for the follow. Thank y'all so much to the new followers. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I'm glad y'all dig the controversy because we're all here for it. Hello, Vivian. Um, but yeah, it's like people. I don't understand people who have a hard time with. Thank you. Understanding that like a lot of homeless people turn to online work because we don't need an address for online work. Like it shouldn't be that hard to understand. I'm choosing the woman. Exactly. But when it comes to bear versus woman, most people will choose the woman, and anybody who chooses the bear is just a misogynist. I just want less commute. Also that, right? Like, um, people who work from home who aren't homeless, they don't want to commute. They don't want to worry about like even having to need a car. They need and also some people do well with the work life bound. Working from home isn't for everyone. Work life boundaries, like what you just said, but people who are really good about work life boundaries and dedicating a space to work and not letting that be in other parts of their house. and are actually good at being off work when they are off the clock, that's great.
It's
That's great
so
for them.
tough. It is so tough. um, so this might be like a little conspiracy theorist. I don't know. But do you think the homelessness housing crisis is purposeful to keep people under the thumb and be worker bees?
Oh,
Hell
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Springs, you can answer too.
Answer what exactly?
Do you think that homelessness is used as as I'm going to go ahead and say it the way I usually say it. Do you think homelessness is used as coercion to keep people working?
Absolutely, 1,000%, 1,000%. I think that it's like I think it's used the same way the church says like if you sin you're going to hell. I think it's used the
Yeah.
same exact way the church uses it.
Go
I
ahead,
think
Mike.
it's
I saw you
the
on mute.
yeah, so yeah, I think to go into that, like I think it's the result of the capitalist system because the capitalist system relies on someone underneath you to continue to help make the system profit for everyone else. So it does rely on the exploitation of people beneath you
Right.
to at least some degree, right? So yeah.
And I saw Free Thinker, Evolving Seeds, and Joe came in. Hello, welcome y'all. And I chose is definitely about giving people the graph whenever we start talking about homelessness.
I got a can of soup for y'all. Listen, like homelessness and even poverty itself are goads to frighten the middle into defending the rich. Like that's just what it is. Like it's designed that way. It has always been that way. What's crazy to me when we talk about disparity in wealth, like feudal era dark ages had more level between the wealthy and the people with nothing, right? Like than we do now. Like when we look at this, when we think about this model, right, we all know, right, that there are a shrinking amount of wealthy people and that there is a disparity in wealth. But when you look, when you look at the graph, we're all underestimating it. Like even those of us in here who are advocates for it to change, right? We don't recognize how bad the disparity is. Like we think we do, but when you look at it on the graph, like we're talking about fractions of a percent. We're not talking about 1%ers. We're talking about 0.01 percenters. We're talking about 0.1 percenters. Like, which is so funny because everybody thinks we're after your BMW and your job. And that is not the case. Like I am no prude. Like if you want to spend a lot of money on a new car, I don't think that's a good idea. But I'm not here to be against the things that you want that bring you pleasure in capitalism. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about the money that moves nations. We're talking about the money that moves like legislation. Like these are the conflicts. It has nothing to do with how much money you got in your pocket. Because we don't even want that shit. Like we want you to have what's in your own pocket. I promise you, we're not trying to take stuff from your pocket because we're trying to fill other people's pockets.
Right. So somebody just asked a good question. Why those protesters never protest trade schools? Haven't there been protesters in trade schools? Hey, Naomi. I'm gonna look into that because I feel like that's a question that the internet can easily answer. Trade school protests. And also, I don't know if people live at trade schools because a lot of people that go to trade, I don't even know if trade schools even have like dorms or something. What we know about protesters on campus and people in trade school can protest, they just probably don't protest at the school. But also, I don't know if trade schools uh, invest in the things that people are protesting against. So that might be community colleges and trade schools void of protest. Let's see about that. This
Evolving
is
Seeds brought up Job Corps. That's one where they definitely, it's residential, but that's more, I think, high school based.
yeah, it is. Um, and Evolving Seeds is correct. You're absolutely right. But I think like Job Corps is like the only one, or like the only mainstream one. But
Yeah.
like my first answer is that trade schools don't invest in these things that people are protesting. So therefore the trade school students don't protest at the trade schools. Oh, there's an article. Oh, but it's not an article, it's a video. Former Dirty Jobs host why we never have safe spaces. Oh, hashtag Tucker. Okay. Yeah, okay. Uh, largely void. Community colleges and trade schools largely void of Israel. School. Oh, let's see. MSN as of 2022. Let's see about it.
Well, I know the UAW, which is it's a huge trades type of union, is for Palestine. So it's not a trade school, but it's a trade union.
Oh yeah, the unions are for Palestine.
Yeah. So
Also like trade unions are for like uh largely void of Israel. Okay. Um TV host Mike Rowe said that 8 years ago he's switching news channels. Okay, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Um New Hampshire. Therefore, there was nothing to fear from the flag. Instead, he spoke ways of validating their fears. Okay. Um,
I feel like everyone missed Big T's comment where he said we should eat just one rich person on live TV and everything will change.
well, I didn't see Big T's comment. What's
I've
up?
been laughing for the last 10 minutes after you said that.
Right. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
We'll just carve it off.
Yeah, for real.
Like, just take
It's
need a
called,
piece.
Just one.
it's called American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. George Carlin. Yes, right on. How you doing, Jeff? Just one. Pally? Yeah, Palestine. Just a tiny take. Oh my God. For legal reasons, I have to say I do not endorse cannibalism, but for personal reasons, I have to say eat the rich for real, for real.
I mean, they could just give up their shit, and then they wouldn't be in any danger, right? Like,
Yeah.
stay below the billion line, you're good. Like,
W cannibalism.
I was
Yes.
just saying, like, that'll be the deal. You can have your
wait, but
gold card. You have
you know,
up to 1 billion. After that, you're just over the line. You're growing fat.
What about their extra yacht that they need?
Extra
Right.
yacht? They have an extra yacht?
Yeah,
Big T said cannibalism applies to people. Elon isn't a person. I endorse that message. Yeah, let's go colonize some rich people. Let's do that.
So real.
Let's colonize the rich. Emily and Big T are on the right fucking track.
That's so real.
That's hilarious. Colonize the wealthy.
That's
Not that for a reverse Uno card.
Let's go discover some mansions. Hell yeah.
Homestead the mansions.
All right, gumbo.
Homestead the mansions.
Hell yeah.
Discover some mansions.
Yeah, let's go discover some yachts. Let's go discover some acres of land.
That's a whole new kind of manifest destiny right there.
I love it. I'm all about this.
Yes. I'm just saying, like, let's do the real thing. Let's go discover some Bentleys. I don't want a Tesla. You know, like, you can't break the windows on a Tesla, so if your car gets submerged in water, that's basically the end of it for you. But I'll go discover a different vehicle. I'll discover a Chrysler. Wait, not a Chrysler. Yeah, a Chrysler or a Lincoln or something like that. Let's go discover that shit. Like,
if ish goes down, we don't need bunkers or anything because Zuckerberg is building an underground bunker that is like a huge compound in Hawaii. We just need to get into that one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. CJ said, "Call me Christina Columbus." Ah, yes. Clyde, you seem to just be a right-wing contrarian, so from now on you have to pay to talk. Shut up. If you want to talk, gift me a if yeah, we'll stay with Gal. If you want to talk, gift me a galaxy. Hey Springs, what you doing?
I'm just teaching these little boys how to shave.
I love that. Uh,
I'm just teaching them what they pops never taught them. I had to teach
anybody?
myself how to shave, so I'm gonna teach y'all now.
Oh, that's what's up. But but yeah, it looks to me like the reason why you don't see protests on trade schools is because trade schools don't invest in the things that people are protesting. So they don't have a reason to protest on the trade school. And that's pretty much it. It's not about like all these things that the right wingers are saying about indoctrination and stuff. It's just a matter of trade schools don't invest in Israel and shit. But they can have a protest on the trade school. They just don't because that school isn't the problem. I love working at a community college. Hey Ari, hey Doodley. Y'all can speak amongst yourselves. I need to take a little bio break. So y'all go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Mods, you know what to do. If somebody who I have told cannot talk without gifting talks again and they haven't gifted, please mute them again. If people are being irritating and y'all don't like them, go ahead and kick them. And if somebody is having a conversation and you see somebody say, "Don't at me again," just go ahead and kick that person. We don't tolerate that in here. All right, y'all go ahead.
We have 26 people in here, 28 people in here. So there's no reason why we can't get over 20K likes. Unless you're on the panel. Tap, 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 tap.
I heard panelists can tap now.
You can, but you can't make the heart pop.
Oh.
So I just always tell everyone no, because someone's gonna be dumb and do it and then get you shadow banned.
Gotcha. Sorry, I didn't mean to contradict, by the way. I was just wondering.
No. You're right. But people are silly and they do silly things and it ends up hurting the host. Mike, did you end up going to another protest?
Yesterday or today?
I don't know. How many are going on down there? There's nothing here.
So I went to two in general. The one that I had on live, the first one, and then the second one at my school's campus.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for a bit. Yesterday it was raining, so I didn't go. But today I had work and I have some other stuff to do, so I wasn't able to go today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like an hour and a half away. So it's no biggie for like if there's a good one coming up, let me know. We can rally the troops.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting because like if you pay attention to the news because it's on Netanyahu's court now to whether or not to accept the ceasefire.
I saw that.
Yeah, so like and also Biden saw like they are going over the ceasefire. I'm like, what is there to agree upon? I mean, just accept the ceasefire. So that's
Well, I
my
think a
whole
lot of
thing.
people are saying ceasefire can only happen if there's like, reparations and accountability and so
Right.
they're just gonna fuel the fire again.
Yeah, it would be interesting
I
to
thought a
see what.
ceasefire wasn't possible, and that they're also bombing Rafah with
Well,
no
that's
Yeah,
exit points
keep an eye
anymore.
on Rafa. Yeah.
yeah, it's Yeah, the Israeli government said that even if they release the hostages, that they still wouldn't like accept a ceasefire if they want a ceasefire.
Yeah, that's
So
what Netanyahu said. So there is
yeah,
no
exactly.
possibility of a ceasefire at this point.
Yeah, so I'm
So
interested in seeing if this will actually happen, which I'm like highly doubting,
isn't there a
but
problem with communicating with people on the ground still?
Yeah, be careful of what you're saying. You don't want to say,
oh shoot.
yeah, yeah. You gotta be careful of this.
Okay.
But it looks Hamas has accepted. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's with Egypt and Qatar, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom, TikTok friendly link. Okay. Yeah.
But 2 hours ago, I saw a headline that said that, that they went after Rafah after rejecting the ceasefire.
Wait, who? Israel rejected the ceasefire?
Yes, Netanyahu said never, even if they released all of the hostages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's not
I
going to
I saw
happen.
earlier that drop to tap. All right, thank you, I chose. I heard well, I didn't hear it. Like I saw the video of people in Gaza celebrating the ceasefire and how Hamas has already accepted the proposal. So now it's Israel. So now there's no way that anybody can say that this isn't a genocide, right?
Right.
Absolutely,
She
because
said.
Netanyahu refused. Like it's for him, apparently it's a done deal. And I also saw where because they put out an arrest warrant for him, like the US is going after the International Court,
Okay.
which is
The U.S.
ridiculous, but also very believable because the US is controlling the entire world.
Wait, but
Yeah.
also during the recent UN vote, where they had other nations there too to vote for a ceasefire, the US was the only, or if one of the few, to say they don't want a ceasefire, whereas other countries wanted a ceasefire.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
been that way the whole time.
yeah, like that was like pretty recent too. So like it wasn't like a while ago, like a few months ago. So this is pretty recent.
Yeah,
I
well,
want to say
Joe
hey to
Biden
people real
said,
quick. Well, hang on. I want to say hey Sean, hello Majin Blue, and hello Majin Blue. I'm sorry, and hello Mako, Free Palestine, y'all. I'm sorry I had to cut you off, Emily, but I want to say that real quick. Please go ahead.
oh no, you're good. I was just saying that Joe Biden just said it had to have been within the last 7 days that the
Right.
US wasn't going to call for a ceasefire.
Yeah, exactly. They literally voted in the UN. So like they're like I don't know what they're like Biden in the White House said, "Oh, we're going to review the terms and the conditions." Essentially, that's what they're saying. Like what is there to vote? It's yeah,
This is the problem with the UN, though, right? That this is why three countries shouldn't be able to like make a decision on somebody else's situation. And
it's
it's like
wild.
at some point, people are just gonna start ignoring that shit
Right.
because
The
the
US has
UN
so
is
much power in the
the
UN.
UN is why we can't get a ceasefire resolution, and it's only because of the United States. It's
Yeah,
not
like
even anybody, nobody else is even the problem. It's really just the United States and Israel.
for real.
As per usual, though, and even
For
the
real.
creation of the UN is kind of like shady. All the politics, it all just looks like performative nonsense, and it looks like it's always been that way, and that the US has been in control since World War II, definitely by the end of the 80s.
And
Yeah.
but it's not just the US, right? It's the United States, Japan, and another one, and or maybe a few others. Like all of them could like veto something, right? But the fact that we're allowing the United States to be the problem is what's really it. Oh, thank you so much for all the festival bling. I like that it's different every time. Thank you so much, Learning.
I have to go. Thank you so much for the conversation. I appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you so much for coming up, CC.
Take care.
Russia has a
PSC.
veto too. What did Russia veto? I didn't hear about Russia vetoing. Um,
They're saying
but
that Russia has a veto power because of the type of the amount of like um influence that they have in the in the world. So
Is that like the big three: China, Russia, the US?
yeah,
I thought it was Japan too.
now Japan does.
Japan's tiny.
Yeah,
But
Japan.
they are like
Japan.
imperialists too. Like if we're talking about imperialism, yeah, Japan is.
China. Or oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, I
No,
want to catch
China
up.
is just one of the big three.
I
Yeah,
want
they're
to catch
just
up with
because
the
of the
comments,
population
y'all.
size.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much, Learning, for meeting the goal. Thank Russia has veto power. Thank you for letting me know that. Well, everything to do with Ukraine. Yeah, Russia with the whole Ukraine thing, right? But like Russia's not really trying to go wild over the Palestine situation. And Jack said it, Mickey on the
Mikey.
panel.
No, it's me. It's referring to me.
Okay.
It's a long time. It's a long time friend I've known for.
Okay, cool. I was just checking in because I do like to answer questions and be clever. And also the reason why my goal is cheeseburgers because I had to put something. I didn't know what to put
Yo,
there. So I put down
cheeseburgers, yo.
cheeseburger because if you give me gifts, I get to eat. I put this money back into the economy mostly by way of food. So thank y'all so much for the gifts and like don't be shy about gifting me or the guests. And also we're gonna do I did hear CC do a little bit of mod stuff. I'm also gonna go ahead and do that too. We are at 44 shares. Let's get to 60 shares. If please and thank you. Thank y'all so much for 44 shares. Let's get to 60 shares.
25K likes. Let's do it.
25K likes. We're at
That's the new
21.5
goal.
right now. So let's get to 25K likes. Mick called it. Welcome back, Ari. Bear. So somebody else said, would you choose man or bear? Between man or bear, I choose the bear. Between woman or bear, I
Bear,
choose the woman.
bear,
Bear.
bear
Oh,
by far.
because it's
That's
like the bear's
wild.
not gonna like. I don't think I don't have reason to believe that the bear's gonna attack me if I'm not too close to its cubs. Hey, Marissa.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, statistic. Yeah, and also like to go back to the point, the person who made this hypothetical was a man.
yeah, literally. Like the person
Yeah,
who said this was a man. He didn't say which one he
right.
would pick though. He was
I thought.
asking other people.
Oh, I thought he did. I thought he did. I thought he said like he would pick the bear anyway.
Oh, I didn't know he said. I didn't know. Okay, you're educating
I
me.
may be wrong. No, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I thought I
I
just
think
heard
you're right, but
somewhere.
I think he was being facetious though when he
Oh,
said
okay,
that. It
okay.
was kind
What
of
was
like,
his
I
take?
got you. If you're gonna
Yeah,
pick the bear,
yeah.
so am I.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
Real
that's the thing
petty.
though, because 7 women said bear, but 3 women said man. So it wasn't a gotcha moment.
Mm,
That's what's weird.
yeah, yeah. I don't
Truth
know.
be told, I would choose to tango with a bear even over a moose. Okay, all right.
Okay. What?
You know what? I don't have anything to say about your preferences. Do you? You know what? Love is love. It's 2024. Uh, Moose are scary. Well, that's the thing though, because there's different kinds of bears. Like,
Right.
I would pick a grizzly bear or a black bear over a man, but I would pick a man over a polar bear. But the
Oh
scenario is in
yeah.
the woods where you are most likely to run into a grizzly or black.
But I think if we're going, yeah, because like I think they want to harp on the particulars of like, oh, which type of bear though? Because if we talk about white bear, well, they're pretty aggressive. I'm like, no, we're just talking about in general. We're talking
Well, no.
about
Well, that's the thing, though. We're not talking about in general because you won't generally just see any bear in the woods.
no,
It's going to
yeah,
be a
yeah,
grizzly bear or a polar bear
that's true, that's
or a black
true,
bear. And
that's
I would pick
true.
a grizzly bear or a black
Okay,
bear over a man. Now, if you said that if I was hiking in Antarctica where there are fucking polar bears, I would
that's
pick
true.
the man because grizzly bears are on a whole nother level.
No, I was just
But
saying that
have you
because
heard
like,
about? Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that because like I've heard some lives where they're like, they harp on like the particulars, like, what about a white bear? They go like, they try to like go down that route too. So that's why I said that.
Nobody's picking a polar bear. Like if you're picking a polar bear over a man, you're talking about a firearm. Have we talked about housing? We've talked about housing a little bit. We can talk about housing again if you want to. Quite potato tot. What would you like to say about housing? Emily, I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but somebody does want to switch over to housing. So Emily, please finish your thought, and then we can go over to housing.
Oh, I was just gonna say that with climate warming, global warming, polar bears have been mating with grizzly bears, and now there's a hybrid that's extra dangerous.
I can't hear
It's
you. You're
a
too far
really
away.
aggressive.
You're too far away.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that with climate, global warming, polar bears have been coming down and breeding with different types of bears, and their hybrid that they're making is way more violent than any of them before.
Well, that was just a part of the natural order of things, now wasn't it?
It's because the ice is melting. So yeah.
I mean, so one thing I want to say about global warming is that it was inevitable. Like this was going to happen anyway, but human cause is accelerating the process. That shouldn't be ignored. Um, but yeah, so just another breed of bear, which is like, okay, if it has, I will change my answer. If it has anything to do with a polar bear, I will pick the man. If it's non-polar bear related, I'll pick the bear. Because polar bears just fuck up anything that moves.
Yeah, they're violent.
Yeah, polar bears are actively violent. Right on, CJ. Thank you. Let's get to 25K likes, y'all. Thank you so much. And we're at 57 shares. Let's get to 60 shares. We're just 3 shy. When you share, please do share in groups less than 5. Thank you so much.
So the
And
housing
also,
crisis.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that it continues to get worse and worse. I mean, rents keep going up higher and higher, and people are in situations where they're paying like way. Me, for instance, just net, I pay 83% of that a month just for rent. That doesn't include like utilities or anything. Now that's net pay, but that's a dangerous position to be in because at this point you can't save money because, you know, it's too expensive to stay and it's too expensive to go. But prices are just going, they're just rising because there are no cabs on any
So
rents like where I live at. So what you see is families and people living out in the street, and there aren't any. First of all, there aren't enough shelters, but shelters are also pretty dangerous anyways for a lot of different reasons, and there are no places. And now they're hearing the case about should we criminalize being houseless and sleeping outside.
right.
So it's just getting worse.
What do you
Also,
mean? Wait a minute, Mike. Who is they?
The Supreme Court is hearing, I believe it was the Oregon case about homelessness. Should it be criminalized for camping, public camping? Where I believe they put a stay on it during like 2020 so people can publicly camp. But now I don't know if when they're going to decide that. Basically, that they're going to criminalize it across the nation, and then that's going to be a problem.
So public camping is always gonna public camping is weird, right? Because there are places that have camping sites, like up here in lovely Minnesota, where like if you have the vehicle to go out into the sticks where the camping sites are, you can technically stay there for as long as you want because that's a designated camping area versus trying to camp in, say, Minneapolis, St. Paul. But like outlawing camping, it would just come with a lot. They'd have to be very specific. And one, homelessness isn't illegal, but everything that is attached to what a homeless person might do is illegal, like loitering, like sleeping outside, like public intoxication, public urination, various other things. So like you're actively outlawing the aspects of homelessness, but as long as they can say that they aren't targeting homeless people specifically because it's outlawing the aspects and not homelessness itself as like a status, it makes it hard for people to advocate for homeless people's rights. Public land is public, yeah. Uh, I'm also going to go back on some of the comments. Potatata said more. Um, uh, I want to go back to all of your comments, my friend. Um, I saw the one about how much rent your mom paid. Me and my family, we were all disabled, ended up evicted because we couldn't afford it. As soon as my mom passed away, we were evicted. I'm very sorry about that. Our rent was 2.8K. My mom also had bad credit, sadly, which also made it hard to find housing. Yeah, credit's a fucking scam. And I see you replied to Naomi. Yeah. Oh,
Um, so how are y'all doing down there in the comments? Oh,
His phone died, so the live's over, is what I'm reading
ah,
in the comments.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably what's going on. Pretty good. That's awesome, Big T. That's good to hear. I'm gonna just stay up here until it just closes. But yeah,
Yeah, it says
right.
that the phone is dead. That's crazy, or not crazy, that's wild that the live is still going. I don't know what's up with TikTok.
Jack, you're on 1 week OT, so it's good. That's awesome. I need to hear more about that, Jack. It's been a while since we last talked. Yeah, I'm just chilling up here, just talking to the chat.
Hey, I'm actually going to skedaddle because I have some work to do, but I really appreciate being here, and I will. It was nice meeting everyone here. Bye.
Nice meeting you. Yeah. You have my Discord? Yeah, I'll message you, Jack. We got to touch up. I've been quite busy. I've been working on my license, and so yeah, studying, pulling my hair out. Nonsense. It's my life now. I see all your TikToks proud of you. Yeah, trying to get into like more so like advocacy um, type of stuff. So mental health advocacy and awareness. Yeah, yeah, I've been busy, so busy. Yeah, I don't want the $230 I paid for my license exam to go to waste, and other $70 that I had to pay for a background check to do the licensing exam. Yeah. They don't make it cheap to become a licensed social worker, guys. It's wild. You would think that they would, so they would have more people in the field to help those in need, but apparently they don't want to, right? And then like the clinical exam is like $260. Um, a clinical exam is like $260, and it's like it sucks. So it's like your duration of your whole career as a social worker, you have to pay money for your license. So and it's wild, guys. It's wild. Yeah. I know. I recently paid for my licensing exam. Listen, it hurts. I had to put on a credit card, and it hurt. So yeah, if I pass my licensing exam, um, it's only so like there's some reciprocity that you can transfer to other states, but in some other states you can't, depending on like what the requirements are for another state. So like I don't know, like if let's say if I were to transfer, um,